The power on the dark side.
2, 1, 0.
And now, live from the Norbreck Castle in Blackpool. Retro Unlim live! Live!
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all to Retro Unlim live at Play Blackpool 2015. Hey! We've been waiting 3 long years for this, but finally, a proper physical panel with physical people who we can see out there in the vastly populated audience. But the less said about that, the better, I think.
They're going on for miles.
Today, we've only got a limited amount of time, as Play Blackpool very kindly gave us this room for approximately 1 hour. So, we want to get everybody involved today. However, first of all, I'm going to introduce the guys we have on the panel. And from left to right, in true Retro Unlim style, you've already given him a massive introduction. It is... it's the console snob.
Oh, yeah, shut up, dickhead. Technical difficulties. Yeah, welcome everybody. This is Retro Unlim's conference, talk, circle jerk, I don't know what it's called. We're preaching to the choir because, you know, as all are you guys, all the other guys, no, they're not here. Pan round, look at the mass audience we have. Yeah. Cut in the... Anyway, yeah, thanks for coming. It's kind of a fucking dream, even though it's only to about 10 people. You know, you see all the big YouTubers I watch, like Spoonie and all that, do these conferences all the time. So it's pretty fucking cool to do, all right, a lame version of it, but it's, it's a start at least. I'm only just warming up as well. Anyway.
Thank you very much, Snob. Hey, technical difficulties, just like Retro Unlim Live usually. Okay, so next we have Mr. Arnold himself. Yeah, Mr. Arnold Watkins. Good evening, how are you?
Not bad at all, to be honest with you. Yeah.
I thought you were Arnold, you gotta speak like Arnold.
Come on! Come on, get to the chopper!
Ah, that's better.
Come on, give these people ear!
So how are you finding Play Expo then, Aidan?
Blown away, to be honest with you. Like I said to these guys, it's just like the greatest technology we have in Wales is CRT TVs and sheep, so... so coming here, it's really, really cool, to be honest with you. Never ever been to something like this, so it's absolutely awesome and a pleasure to be invited on the panel, so yeah.
Oh, just good
there
to
we
get
go.
out of the house then, I guess. I speak for myself, though. Right, well, thank you, Aidan. Next to him, we have the one and only head of gas. Gas head 66.
Yay.
Always to be said with the 66 at the end.
Yeah, you can have a 66.
Oh, a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you.
London retro boner, whatever. Yeah, good to be here, guys. I'm sat on the panel, and yeah, looking forward to it. Woohoo!
All right, thank you. Yes, that's all right. There's a monkey in the room. It is Monkey Spaz. Hello.
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 How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Good. Is that
What?
I'm looking for things to buy and then sell.
Okay then. Well, people come to Play Blackpool for some different things. I'm not going to say why I'm here. Instead, I'm going to move on to the next person, which is actually me. Hello. It's me, Harry Yack. Hello. Hello. Yes, for the first time in person as well, yeah. But also next to me, it is the main master himself, Alan Stewart.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. It's good morning, actually. You're probably all sitting thinking, who the fuck's that guy with the Sid James in his t-shirt? Yep, I am
Dominic Diamond, of course.
Mainmeister, yep, famed for interviewing Dominic Diamond. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon, guys, and I'm sure we'll have a few laughs along the way. Thank you very much.
Really? And next to him, it's my co-host for the day. It's Mr. Michael Burhan.
Thank you, ladies. Hold your ovaries. Thank you. And one thing I want to ask you, actually, in terms of Dominic Diamond, how high was he when you interviewed him?
It wasn't. It was only over the phone, so it was hard to tell. But
Could you see the red in his eyes?
I could smell his breath down the phone, if that helps.
Yeah, I think probably the cancellation of Games Master was because he was wasted on set. I'm just thinking, yeah. I looked at him and I kind of wanted to throw change at him because he kind of looked like a homeless person. I love Dominic. I really do. Dominic, don't sue me, please. I feel bad now. I feel a little self-conscious. But yeah, it's nice to be here. It's actually awesome to be here, especially with Shudnob, who I like to share myself with. It's amazing, and he's probably going to kill me in my sleep tonight. So please help me. Yeah. Speaking of killing in your sleep, you know what else we got here, Mr. Yack? We've got also the most amazing. He's not from planet Earth, but he's from another planet, of course. He is the Norbreck himself.
It's from Planet Bug.
Planet Bug.
Where everything is upside down and back to front, and we don't take shit in Planet Bug. So, anyway, yes. Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land and podcast land, to play Blackpool 2015. And the biggest thing about this event for me, and I think for a lot of the guys on the panel and everyone here, is meeting everyone else. The interaction between us all, the banter, and obviously the clear piss taking, which is always fun. So enjoy us rambling a load of rubbish as we normally do.
Woo! Okay, thank you, Mr. Norbreck. And right on the end, but certainly not the end of the people that we have tonight, it is Mr. Dan Hyatt. Dance intro.
All right.
How are you doing, Dan?
I'm very well, very well. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, it's good to see you for the first time in the flesh.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit surreal.
No, get your shirt off.
Surreal.
No, take your shirt off. Oh no! Dance, monkey, dance. Yes.
Which came out after I created my channel. Just put it out there.
So, how are you finding the Retro Unlim experience here at Play of Blackpool so far?
It's just insanely good. Just insane. I didn't expect it to be as big as it is. The amount of systems that are there are just crazy.
Oh, is this your first time?
Oh yeah, just.
I can't see the doors.
Where's the fire exit? Where's the fire exit?
Good question.
Loving it, absolutely, yeah. And just meeting some of the guys I've not met before and that I've known for a long time but just not met. Aidan, of course, Gashead, yeah, and all the other guys here, it's just mental.
Yeah,
But
well,
good.
excellent.
So good.
Well, I hope you enjoy the weekend, and I hope you enjoy this panel, ladies and gentlemen. Right, what is it first on the agenda? Well, normally, it would be the birthdays, but I've not prepared anything at all. Has anybody got any birthdays?
How's that, Mike? There's something that I wouldn't get off my chest all day.
You're gonna regret this.
Okay.
Testicles
1, 2.
Related snob.
Right.
Don't deviate from the schedule.
There's something that I really need to talk about, and it's because our esteemed leader, which is recording me right now, we were going to meet up last night, and it's like, well, where would you normally meet up? In a bar? Arcade? Bowling alley? He wants to meet in a fucking tranny bar. I'm like, we're all socially awkward anyway, and there's nothing more socially awkward than looking at a woman that might have more than you bargained for.
Snob was extremely excited.
What the fuck? You know, I play a lot of these games where some of these girls may have a little bit sunk in their fucking knickers, but Jesus fucking wet.
Did she have a monkey in her pants?
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to Blackpool. I'm afraid to look at anyone now, let alone even talk to him.
If the bulge is there, that's what you think.
Yeah.
If the bulge is there, they're not carrying anything in their pants.
So, I got to ask you, Rich, why?
I think we all don't know. Should we bring the mic over to him and ask
Stephen
him?
Richards, which I've forgotten your name. Why?
Mr. Steve Richards, do you want to come down to the panel around here and explain yourself?
Oh, he's getting all embarrassed now. See, you've been named and shamed now. Next time, let's meet him up.
Let him speak.
He was trying to find the next Miss Retro Unlim 2015.
Next, Mrs. Veiny Dick, more like.
trying to find the Iceland sausage roll.
Anyway, there. So that was weird to begin with, but we had a good night in the end. I just want to talk about why this website exists, because from the feedback we heard last night, there is a little bit of confusion. Retro Unlim is basically a social network, where, like tubers upload their stuff. We're trying to get a more broader broader spectrum. I can't even fucking talk now. Yeah, we're trying to find more content, like comic book bloggers and all this other stuff. But at the moment, it's mostly retro gaming. I think our roster is a little bit full of retro gamers right now. But yeah, it's just a social network for people to, display their videos on a website that's away from YouTube. Because YouTube, when you go onto there, you do one search and you're just stuck in a void of just people and videos and shit, and there's no way of filtering it. It's very hard to rise to the top, proverbially, in YouTube. There's only a small percentage of people that can get to that level that become recognized, like say Classic Game Room, or I'm going blank again, but like Games 81 and so on. So Retro Unlim is basically a place where you can get known, you can interact with other YouTubers, bounce off them, and just get your content out there. And to me, it's a great thing, because most of us here do it for a hobby, and we're not looking to get fucking rich, we're not looking to get famous, but
speak for yourself.
But it's a cool interaction. It's like a community within a community, which can be a bit off-putting to some people, because we think we're basically like a retro NWO when it's really not. So yeah, some people get a little bit off-put by that. So it's basically that's not the case. There's apart from my ego, there's no other egos involved.
Yeah, I think we can count one more on this panel. Oh, Michael. My
ego fills the entire panel. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm squeezing into this seat down here. I'll add to that, Scott. Retro Unlim is also we bounce off each other, don't we? We share because we share in each other's work all the time. We do collabs and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's an option other than YouTube. I think that's what the thing. And we put in. We want to get more content like blogs, vlogs, and stuff like that. Toys, for instance, retro toys and things like that. And I think that's what you're looking for, Steve, isn't it? Things
Not
like
sex
that.
toys.
Sort of extend the balance.
Yeah, but I'm going to follow on from you said, but like you said, no, like everyone here today as well, just through this website, we're all here together today, enjoying this, just, excuse me. I mean, it's one thing seeing each other on YouTube and maybe, making a comment, but when you finally meet up with everyone, and you... Right, well. Sorry. And you just finally meet everyone, you just make that more personal connection now, and when we all go back and do our videos now, it just feels like it's more, because I've got to know everyone a bit better now, I can't put it into words, you know what I'm saying, it's just cooler this way. Yes, there we go. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Has anyone in the assembled studio audience here tonight got anything to add to that? No, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Retro Unlim Live. No. All right, well, thank you for that.
And he's like,
Oh, we've got a question over here from Kev, Retro Game Crusader. Go.
What's the future of Retro Unlim?
blowjobs.
The question was, what's the future of Retro Unlim? Has anybody got an answer for that?
No, we've got a very big, very bright future. I've actually put out a pitch for a TV show that's going to be working with a lot of the Retro Unlim content. The guys basically on the panel, one of the guys I actually even suggested the most out of it was Snob, believe it or not.
Scott.
Yeah. But, well, no, we're on show today, Snob. But yeah, it's... we've got a lot more content coming out. We've got registered trademarks. the website itself is endless in terms of what we can do with it, in terms of the content we put out, and even having a TV show on a small network means that we're going places. And I think a lot of it's basically spearheaded by our basically the big man there, Mr. Stephen Richards, of course, as well.
I think one thing we'll add to that, and I think we'll all concur with this, we want to give a big thank you to the man who's responsible for changing the site and upgrading it to what it will be, and that's Mr. Stuart Brand. The tireless work, and I can see by the weary look on you, good lady, that, oh my God, he's still doing it.
He's coding right now on his bloody phone. Don't you ever clock off?
Stu, get to work finishing that website. Thank you.
Very soon.
Well, that's the coolest thing. You know, we've looked at the demos of the new site, and the amount of stuff you're going to do with the newer one is amazing. You know, you could pretty much uplift from YouTube and just do all that on the site if you really wanted to. It's amazing. Because problem is, you know, when we try and cover, like, if you want to talk about movies on YouTube, you've really got to be careful because, you know, they'll strike you down copyright style very quickly. So being able to do, say, a movie review and then upload it to our private servers would be a lot better. All right, there might be another issue with copyright later down the line, but, you know, we want to get content out there to people and we want to talk about stuff that we're passionate for, and you know, that's fucking awesome. Put that on the website. That's the slogan.
That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. New title banner. New title. We'll design it. Shall we design it, Yack? Yes. Yeah. Teletext.
Microsoft Paint.
Yeah. MS Paint. Paint Spa from the RM Nimbus. That's proper retro. Nah, it wouldn't be able to handle it.
That's pre-Windows. Just MS-DOS. Just to do on that. You know, speaking of copyright and stuff as well, YouTube has become something in itself where it's gotten to the point where people are claiming for everything. You know, you get claimed for videos, you get claimed for music, you get claimed for photos. The amount of people know that I've had probably my fair share of dealings in terms of copyright and stuff. But with the site and with the opportunity that we're giving now is to have something rather real. And then also, for those who don't know, we have a radio network as well that has a major presence on YouTube. That's also got a major presence on the site, which is the Retro Unlim network. We host a few shows on there, Slamcast, which is like a wrestling show. We've got the Untitled Movie Show, focuses on movies and films. I've got gameplay. Also, you know, John Latimer's amazing first run show, Desert Island Games as well. That's gone from strides. And we're doing like some amazing stuff, and I think it's, in terms of what the scope is, we're doing, you know, with the new site, we're going to be doing a lot more major and bigger things when it comes to it. So yeah, and I want to just congratulate everybody that's been a part of that from day one.
Here, Mr. Burhan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And Mr. Gashead here, who's my media assistant for the day, has handed me the birthdays, which we got round to earlier, but as usual, Snob always hijacks the birthdays. Okay, give a shout out for... Can you smell? Can you smell what the Snob is cooking? It's The Rock's birthday. What was that? The Rock is thousands of years old. No, he's 43. And David Beckham is 40. So thank you very much for that, Gashead. There you go. Give him Gashead, the media man, a round of applause for that.
Did you say The Rock is 43?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, he's fitter than everyone here, and I'm like half his age. Jesus. No. Fantastic.
The best body chemicals can buy. There you go.
Hey, I wouldn't complain. No, that's more Bridgend way. I'm I'm a bit more southern than that.
Oh Lord.
All right, crikey. Okay, so I'm going to go around the panel now. It's the Retro Round Table. How are you finding Play Blackpool so far? And what do you plan to do before you leave this weekend? Maybe that will be today. Maybe that'll be tomorrow. Maybe that's Monday. The event is happening from Saturday to Monday here in Blackpool. So let's go right to left this time and start with Dan over on the right and ask him, what are you going to do this weekend? And what have you done?
What have I done so far? Met some awesome YouTubers that I've known of, but just not met in person, which was just entirely surreal. That was just amazing in itself. Had some funny banter, etc. What I did at the end, yeah, yeah. Luckily, I did. I found my belt, and it's all.
Because the manager was going to do you for that. You didn't know that.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, that's fine. It's all good. What am I doing this weekend? Playing as much games as I possibly can. Going around as many arcade cabs as I can. Experiencing the Retron 5 with my good friend Aidan Watkins in person, which is going to be fun. I was tempted to buy one, to be fair. Yeah.
You could sell yourself for 120 quid.
I could actually. There might be a market for that.
Mark yourself up.
Yeah.
Mega Man 2, something like that.
The mind boggles. Yeah, what do I plan on doing before I go? In addition, possibly, if anyone's ever heard of the Sunday Stroll, might be filming an episode. I've been on it. Oh, you've been on it. Yeah. Console Snob's been on it. Might have another special guest on there too. We might be filming their episode live on Sunday, so stay tuned for that coming your way some point on Dan Central's channel. Dan Central.
Dan, can I...
Yes.
This microphone's not been on for the last 5 minutes. Dan, can I ask,
Yes.
can people
Yes.
come and find you in the foyer or somewhere at Play Blackpool and take part in the Sunday Stroll?
Yes, they
Maybe
can.
a Play Blackpool special of Sunday Stroll?
Yes, you can indeed. I will be here for the majority of the day, milling around. So if you happen to find me, come and speak to me. And if you're interested, basically we walk around outside, hence the name, with a specific topic that we've decided beforehand. It might be which your favourite games characters, or some of your favourite, doesn't have to be games, it could be movie soundtracks, anything like that. And we just basically air our thoughts on camera. We split between the 4 or more of us, and we get everyone that watches the vids to get involved as well, and doing video responses or commenting underneath. So
fantastic.
We've had one season that's already taken off that we did 10 episodes with, which I never planned to do 10 episodes. It's only ever meant to be the one, but that just spawned 9 more episodes, and then we're just starting to film the second season as we speak. So
Excellent. So applications, get them in now for the second season of the Sunday Stroll. Right, thank you for that, Dan.
Pleasure as always.
Who's next? It is Norbreck.
Hi.
What are your plans for Play Blackpool, sir? Hi.
Hey.
What are your plans for Play Blackpool?
I've got evil plans. No, actually, I'll be. Thanks to Steve, I'll be interviewing a couple of my youth heroes, I suppose that you could call, when I was growing up with the Amstrad CPC and the games.
Snob says you're too kind.
What's the CPC, Scott? Yeah.
He says
So that's nerve-wracking, but I'm looking forward to doing that. I think me and my friend Gashead are going to be doing a one-off special home and away, aren't we?
Closer each day.
A little bit of air hockey.
Yes, do it.
Should be broken thumbs and fingers ahoy on that.
We need cameramen for that.
We're doing it in private. We do everything in private.
Private air hockey matches.
Indeed. And I think, Spaz, you wanted to challenge me at Street Fighter 2, didn't you?
No,
No,
I once made a comment that I was good at Street Fighter, and all of a sudden, at least 3 people have now said to me this weekend, we have to play Street
Alan,
Fighter.
I think you're on it as well, didn't you? You want to have a go at him against Street Fighter? You're shot at it. Oh, well, you still beat him.
Street Fighter tournament then? Anybody?
It's on.
Get the SNES.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
Get it here now, come on.
Okay. But after all that, basically just mill around, hopefully enjoy some cabs and have a look around and get rather drunk.
Excellent.
That's always the best part.
And guys, if you want to watch the Oliver's Talk, you can find it on the Retro Unlim YouTube channel, either now or soon. Obviously, it's going to be after we record this, so it's not there now, but you'll be watching this in the future. So never mind. What magic? The magic of Play Blackpool. Burhan, I believe you're next.
Am I?
He looks...
Bill Goldberg's watching me? For myself, I'm going to be doing loads of series of interviews for this YouTube channel, Retro Unlim, of course.
Who?
I have no idea. And interviewing like loads of people from the basically the people who set up all their tables and bits and pieces, some of the collectors. We're going to be interviewing hopefully some of the lovely people here on this panel as well. Get as many interviews as possible, and then do a shed load of editing tomorrow and never leave the room because I've got editing. And Steve's a slave driver. And help, please. He's got my family.
It's Steve's fault.
Please send help. Just go to my GoFundMe page.
It's all Steve's fault that we're here today. Thank you for this, Steve. We're very, very grateful.
Send money.
No, we really are, Steve. Thank you. All right, well, thank you for that, Burhan.
No
Mr. B. Bobby Burhan, as we shall henceforth call him.
Please don't.
Okay, we will.
Bobby Dazzler.
That should be my stripper name. Bobby Dazzler. Speaking of strippers.
Speaking of strippers, it is. It's me, myself. No. Sorry, no, I didn't mean that. So I want to ask you about Dominic Diamond.
Sure.
How is he in real life?
I've never actually met him in real life.
Oh, well, that screws that up.
Next question.
Sorry, go on.
Is this swing on? Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Sorry, you were going to.
Oh, yes.
You were going to say.
So yeah, I think this was mentioned earlier in the warm-up for the show, but I didn't realise that his history was one of drugs and alcohol. It was kind of a surprise to me. I always thought that he was the consummate professional, and this was, even though I've read loads of stuff online about Dominic Diamond, this was a bit of a revelation to me, the fact that he did most of those Games Master episodes under the influence, shall we say.
It seemed to be that way, I think. That's how it came across in the interview. Something to the point that when he made When Games Attack, which was obviously the sort of follow-up to Games Master, when I asked him why did When Games Attack not have a second series, he said, I can't fucking remember. He said, I don't remember anything about it. Yeah.
It's a hell of a drug.
Basically, yeah.
It's sad in a way, but without the drugs, we wouldn't have had the fantastic Games Master episodes, would we?
Oh, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Say no, kids. Say no. Just say no. So yes, what are your plans for this weekend?
This weekend, well, what have I done so far? I got parked and then I was basically ushered straight in here, so I've not actually done anything other than get my arse handed to me several times at Street Fighter. What am I planning to do? I'm planning to play a shitload of Robotron, which anyone who watches my channel knows I'm not good at it, but it's my favourite game. I want to play tons of arcade games, probably catch up with Jeff Minter, who I know quite well. Catch up with you guys. I was going to say get drunk, I'm driving tomorrow, so sadly, as a Scot, I'm going to have to refrain from alcohol, so I'll need to leave that to Mr. Monkey Spaz. And just basically have a blast, and go and get a bag of chips tonight in Blackpool. And find a lap dancing bar, possibly.
Just a sec, did you say you know Jeff Minter there?
Yeah. I've known Jeff for quite a long time. Yeah. He's not. I'm not a friend of him as such, but
online friend.
I've met him in person several times, quite a few times. He knows who I am.
Ooh. That's more than can be said for me. Anyway. Yeah. Who is that other Yack? Who knows? Who cares? Right. So thank you very much. Yes. Hope you enjoyed, and please do try and get an interview or something for us.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh,
yep.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you for that. Right.
I have actually asked him to appear on my Blind Mates Only, but that was just before Atari Gate kicked in.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if you know about what happened.
Yeah. He's giving a talk tonight, and that is hopefully also going to be up on the Retro Unlim channel,
sure
ladies and gentlemen.
That'll be raised, I would imagine.
Excellent. And he's also going to be here on the Monday as well, doing a proper Q&A.
Which I can't make.
Which is not going to be on the Retro Unlim channel, unfortunately. Oh, right. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, round of applause. Thank you. Yes.
How much do you want?
Don't give him that microphone.
Step away from the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, Monkey Spaz, what have you been doing this weekend, and what do you plan to do?
I've been drinking alcohol. My throat sounds a little bit rough, even though I didn't have that much. Just met everybody, just like everybody else, had a good look around, and apparently, according to everybody else, I'm getting drunk and I'm playing Street Fighter. So it sounds like
That's a given, isn't it? You getting drunk?
Pretty good weekend. and I'm buying a Retron 5 as well. But no, just like everybody else, I just want to. I've met most people that want to meet. I just want to play a lot of time in the arcade machines, which I didn't do last year for one reason or another. So
probably spent too much time getting drunk.
Yeah, maybe I'll play Street Fighter then get drunk. That's my weekend.
Or a bit of both.
That's it. That's fine by me. Yeah, but that's me.
Hey! Quick round of applause for the guys that you didn't applaud earlier.
Hey!
Equal opportunities. Equal opportunities.
Shame on you.
That's quite all right. Gas head, my man. What are you doing this weekend?
Thank you. Right, so which camera
You look gorgeous anyway.
Hello. Welcome to the gas panel. Pretty much what Dan was saying about Sunday Stroll. We're going to film a couple of episodes in Blackpool because it's a bit of a waste of opportunity if me, Dan, and Shots can't get together and do a similar sort of thing. Anybody wants to take part of that, then they're more than welcome. Looking forward to the Oliver twins, drinking alcohol and watching the boxing. That's what I'm doing. Oh, I'm playing games. Because we are at Games Expo. I think that might help. So that's it, yeah. That's what I'm doing. Thanks.
Why, thank you. Aidan, any plans? I'm just going to keep passing it along, and then it's redundant me keep asking the same question.
Just go for it, man. Just tell us what your plans are.
Well, I got here very late yesterday because of the traffic, yay. But basically,
for those who don't know, Mr. Yack is actually
it's been awesome so far. I met up with basically everyone who's here now. We had a couple of beers last night, chatted. Finally meeting people in person is absolutely awesome. It's really cool to bond again on like a more intimate and private level rather than just looking at a screen. But today, having not been here before, I've already done a bit of shopping, but I plan to have another look around. I want to try Afterburner and Daytona cabs because, why not? And I definitely want to try an Oculus Rift as well because it just seems so amazing. And if it's as good as people hype it up, then yeah. But that's pretty much it. And then tonight, I think we're all going to be drinking alcohol again. Yeah, obviously, as you do. And I probably plan to just pass out on my bathroom floor in the hotel. So yeah.
Like a rock star.
I didn't buy anything at all. Not a single thing. I've been a really good boy. No. Spent more than I really wanted to, as you always do at a frigging con. And just chilling, just hanging around, really. I've got nothing else better to do in my life.
What a lovely way to put it.
Exactly. But there is, you're right.
Don't mind me.
Yeah. Mind yourself. But
There's
there is a couple of people that isn't here. What are you doing? Fucking putting me off my flow here. And
that's exactly what she said.
Like most skateboarders ever say, never. So there's a few people that didn't show up this year, unfortunately, for because they're lazy or they're broke or both. So I just want to give a shout out to Dave Romboy's Post 1975. And shout out to Dave Clark in Halfbit, who he doesn't make any films and he doesn't make any videos anymore, but he was one of the first few to start on the channel. Yeah. So give him a big shout out. But there was one person that left us an answer phone message, and I will play that for you now if my fucking iPhone works.
God damn it, Apple!
Yeah, you gotta love that.
You should have went for the orange.
Oh no, I have no 3G network. This is really awkward. White noise. Talk about something.
Okay.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. What are the next words? I don't know them. Tell me the words. Oh, here we go. Stupid button.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Console Snob is having some technical difficulties. Yeah, he's also sponsored by Apple computers.
Well, no, they always give it to the person with the fucking shittest network.
'Cause
shout out to Vodafone.
Who's the network you're on?
I just said it.
What?
God, your ego just blocks out your ears, doesn't it?
Hey!
Woo! It all comes
You
to a
win
head.
this round, snob.
That's it. This
You
panel
win
is
this
over.
round.
Oh no! Come on, you keep trying to get that working, Snob, and
Yeah.
then I mean Scott, and then we'll come back to it. Oh. How are we doing for time? 15 minutes. 40 minutes left.
Yeah.
Crikey, jeez, we've got loads of time. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm round the front here is because usually on Retro Unlim Live, we have the comments section, which I read out terribly and incorrectly. However, this being a live show, I can go out into the audience and ask you the questions.
To the
you
millions
can-
and millions of people out there.
Yes,
who are
the
watching.
millions and millions of people. All of you guys out there.
Especially the snob fans.
Has anybody got any comments? Has anybody got any comments? Questions? No. Come on!
You always get one.
Come on! Oh, here we go. Sorry, who are you?
Bob, I'm a roadie for Retro Unlim. I'd just like to say I'm quite surprised how attractive you all are. I was very, very surprised. And if he's any plans to have
you
like
need a
a
fresh
cabaret
prescription.
type show where you're all on it, maybe dancing and singing a bit more.
What was that? I've got a show. Yeah, I do. I have a one-man strip show. I'm trying to make it like get a few more people in there. Apparently, Scott's guest starring at some point because he's got the killer abs. We could get him Dan Central on there, and maybe a little Monkey Spaz because Monkey Spaz needs to lead the team. He attracts men and women alike. He's so handsome. Especially that's before he does his new show about IKEA shelves, of course, because you
do
need more
realise
shelves.
you've done it now, don't you, Bob? You do realise you've done it now, complimenting everybody on the panel. They'll never shut up now.
Exactly.
Oh, here we go. We have a live line from
somewhere.
It's okay, it's okay. I'm on top of it, I'm on top of it. Technical expert.
Hey!
It is I, the Pumpkin! I know you can't see me, but I can see all of you. Don't leave yet! It's only just the beginning. Why, you're going to listen to grown adults talk about video games, and possibly about masturbating, which I purely love. And I am the Pumpkin, and I cannot go to Blackpool, especially after the leaky anus incident of '97. But do enjoy this enjoyable little fun-filled event, and make sure you keep onto your anus, and make sure it doesn't leak vital fluids like me! Goodbye, everyone. And remember me, the Pumpkin!
Who was that again?
That was a message from my mortal enemy, the Pumpkin.
Ah.
It wasn't funny at all.
I just want to know about this, the anal leakage incident. Scott, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Dodgy kebab. He's like, oh, Scott, you want to mention it? Punchline.
So many blocked toilets.
Yeah, exactly. Punchline indeed. Well, yeah, so yeah, thanks to Dave for that. If there's the one weirdo out of the whole group, it's definitely him. He's the Cactus Jack of the fucking Retro Unlim. He's Cactus Jack out of the Retro Unlim crew, definitely. So yeah, he's gonna probably put us all through a table. Dead air. Next subject.
Shout out to Infected Flinch. everyone.
Any more questions? Oh, John, Mr. Desert Island Games is here. Good to have you here on the panel. Oh, round of applause over there.
Trapped on an island with nothing to do, what games would you take there with you?
Good question indeed. Who wants to start? Oh, don't make me get up.
FIFA.
Anything that's not FIFA. Stuck on a desert island with games and stuff. Is there any power outlets? What's the fucking point?
Solar power.
Solar power. I probably would take Lords of Thunder on the Meg CD. I can't stop playing that. Every time I put it in, I always play it to the end. It's fucking awesome. It's got one of the best soundtracks, and you know, it's one of the best shoot 'em ups I've ever played in my life. So I'd take that.
There we go. Mine's easy. I just take the Sonic Mega Collection because it's got like 30 Sonic games. Pfft, do I need to say more?
Wait a minute. That's cheating. You can only pick one game.
It is one game, but there's just 30 games on it. So it's a compilation.
Choose one.
Alright, Sonic's Ultimate Mega Drive Collection on the Xbox. So there's like 40 Mega Drive games in there. Does that count, or do I have to choose just one?
That's sneaky.
I'll ask the master himself. John, does that count?
You can take one disc, we'll be a collection on it, that's fine.
Ah, well, there you go. Proven wrong once again. Guess.
FIFA.
I'd like to take a Spectrum game, but FIFA?
FIFA collection.
I think I would take Super Mario World, and I'm hoping Aiden's there with his Retron 5 to play it on from Funstock.
There's only one game. It's going to be Robotron 2084. It's the best video game, bar none. There's no ending. Well, not that I'm aware of any. Unlike Pac-Man, which I'd obviously break. It's the best zonal game you could ever play. If you've never played it on a real arcade game, I suggest you go and check it out. Thank you.
Gas.
FIFA collection from 1991 to 2015.
Thank you. Burhan. Oh, you got a mic. Thank you.
Yeah. Sam Fox's strip poker has more than one use. Hey, I'm not. I know, and I watched it for 3 hours. It was a fun live stream. I got many a good use out of it. I wasn't disappointed. And your Sutcherly voice as well. That was great. Best live stream ever.
FIFA. No. I could cheat as well. Well, I need to, I suppose, appease the Oliver twins with maybe the Ultimate Dizzy collection. So that's a bit of a cheat, but hey, I'm allowed, John. Thank you very much. So, and no FIFA.
Novabug can back me up on this, actually. I was generally going to say the Sonic Mega Collection, but obviously Aiden's gone and stolen it. No, it's fine. Douchebag.
Fight to the death!
And then I was going to say Super Mario World, and then obviously Marcus Pratt said it. So generally, I'd probably say Donkey Kong Country, because what a game. I mean, it totally revolutionised, the era that it came out.
Amazing music.
Music's just amazing. Graphics are just stunning for its time. You can just blast through that in one sitting pretty much, and just get such joy.
It's a hard game as well.
It's a hard game, which is what you want. You want a challenge as well, and it's just the amount of joy that I'm sure the other guys agree, get out of it is just insane. So
not about as much as joy as I get out of Sam Fox's strip poker. That's all I'm saying to you.
To be fair, yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody. And I'm going to have to go with FIFA. No, not really. I'm going to go with Roland on the Ropes for the Amstrad CPC. Woo! Can I hear some love? Yes! One man out there in the world likes it.
Alternatively known as Fred. Yep. But that's the inferior. We don't speak about that.
We do not speak of such things.
Speak of Fred.
Fred.
Okay. Oh, what's this? A question or a game?
This is for Alan. Are you the world record holder for Robotron? Is my first question. And my second question is, when is the next Edinburgh Retro podcast?
No, and I don't know. No, the next. I'm not the high score world champion for Robotron, sadly, unless 197,000 is the greatest score ever, which I sadly doubt. And the next Edinburgh Retro PC podcast has yet to be decided. The reason we stopped making them was because I don't think anybody was actually listening to them. They were huge fun to actually put together, and I think bar me and the two guys that actually made them, we stopped making them. But if you want to see them back, then I shall certainly put it to the other guys, and we'll get them back again. No, thank you. The only problem is I'm stealing all the content from my YouTube channel, so I wouldn't have anything to talk about. But yeah, I'll certainly put it to the guys, and we'll see what we can do. Thank you.
Yes, excellent. We would all love to see more of that. Oh,
you could possibly maybe debut another season on the Retro Unlim network. Cheap plug. Yeah, I feel we should. Yeah, totally. Making deals.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new entrant to the panel. It is Kev, Retro Game Crusader. You've heard his voice once already. But here he is in the flesh. Hello. Alright. How's it hanging?
Not bad. I just got a new console.
Oh, there's no. Fantastic. So, how have you been finding the show then, Kev?
The panel show? Quite good.
Talking to the mic.
Quite good, actually. Just been filming it for the whole group, pretty much.
Well, thank you.
What else? The show's pretty mint, actually.
What game would you take on a desert island with you?
FIFA, nah, fuck that. Best meme going. I'd probably take Ocarina of Time or something, or Fallout 3, but probably Fallout 3.
I've got a question.
Go on then.
Where did you get those cool tattoos from, and what are they?
Got most of them from me partner's dad, who owns a tattoo studio.
Ooh, do you wanna give it a cheap plug?
Just Ink, Blythe.
Wasn't Dave Perry, was it though?
Nah.
So have you got any video game tattoos on there?
I've got quite a lot.
Oh, wait, tell us about them. Come on.
I've got a Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Legend of Zelda 1s, and I've probably got something else.
What is it? Is it a personal one?
I don't even know. I probably just can't remember.
Tattooing yourself that you can't remember the rest of it.
Whoa! I've never tattooed myself.
Oh, okay. Okay, and the other thing is, where did you get that cool beard from? Because that's an amazing beard. Do you take it after the amazing Michael Burhan?
I might do, but I think you have to grow into mine.
I do. You know, I think I've got to take more hormone tablets. That's probably what it is. Too much of a girlish figure. Less estrogen, yeah, exactly. So what got you involved in Retro Unlim then? Because he is one of our newest members, of course.
I think it was just after I started doing loads of pixel art projects and all sorts at the end of last year. I've put that show on hiatus for a little bit as it was getting very tedious trying to do them every like 2 weeks at one point. But I think I'll bring it back this year with starting with Retro Liberties 1 and then start working my way around again.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Thanks.
Cheers, Kev. The new entrant to the panel there. By the way, if anybody's feeling brave enough to come on up, somebody can take my place if they wish. And I'll just walk around and you can sit there on the panel and be filmed. No,
I don't think we need this. I think this panel needs more John Latimer, in my opinion.
John, do you wanna?
John.
Well, okay. If you don't want to come up to the panel, can we get a live phone call from the executioner?
Hi there! I'm the executioner, and I mean to kill you all and make you walk the plank. Roar!
Well, all I can say is thank goodness he's not here with us today, otherwise we'd all be dead. And that would be the end of Retro Unlim. Thank you, John. Thank you. So, before we move on to the next part, any more questions? Comments? Yes?
Anybody that's watched my last couple of Friday Waffles, there's a term that's used to describe old games, and that is called retro games. I find that extremely annoying because to me a Commodore 64 was a game that I was playing games on the Commodore 64 as a 17-year-old, and I still play modern games. I don't look upon these games as retro games. I don't watch Star Wars and my friend says to me, what were you doing? I was watching a retro film or I was listening to a retro album. To me, they're just games, and I think this retro tag that people have put on them is probably people who are only born about 15 years ago or something. Is anybody else in the panel, what's your comments on the word retro? Was it just me that gets a hang up about it?
It's become a moniker, isn't it, really? I think it's to separate the modern era of 3D gaming, I suppose, isn't it, with the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era kind of thing. And then the other question of that is what you don't point out is that where do we define what is retro and what is modern? Because everyone has a different opinion on what do we consider retro. It's just a way, I suppose, separating them. They are all games, and it's true, and they should be just termed as all games. And like myself, I mean, I grew up with the Amstrad, and that to me, I'll stick it on now. It is just a game, and it's still just a game. I still enjoy it like I used to, and it's up there on equal level with modern gaming. So it's a good point, but I think we need something to sort of separate it, I suppose, especially for maybe...
I would like to refer to them as classic games or
yeah,
8-bit games, 16-bit games, rather than retro games.
That's true. Maybe the modern generation wouldn't adhere to that word, because retro is just an easier word to sort of grasp, I suppose.
James?
No.
FIFA.
But then you're saying about like how you have no one calls them retro movies and all that, but people do refer, when you think back to like 30s, 40s, 50s, they do call them classic movies though, like, and modern movies. But like I said, there is sort of a tag to differentiate between it. But as also said, how old you are determines what you consider retro, I suppose. I mean, a lot of people talk about like this Amstrad and Commodore, and that's way before my time. I don't even know what they are, to be honest. I know what a Commodore is, but like when people say CPC, I don't know. It's the black thing with the grey keys and a rainbow in the corner. That's literally it. I mean, I don't know what that is, but like to me, like retro is, I suppose like retro is what I grew up with when I was young, and then everything else on is relatively more modern. So I would say PlayStation 2 onward to me is relatively modern. Everything before that, when I was a kid, I would say is retro.
Yeah, I agree with him. It's basically just a buzzword. It's a kind of a term that's been used now that kind of gaming has gone into the forefront in a sense, because it's become something like nerd culture in a sense has become something mainstream. So once something becomes mainstream, they start putting labels on everything, Let's consider something retro, let's consider something classic, let's consider something exactly. Where, they put these labels so they can identify something and segregate it for financial purposes.
Yeah, it's basically like a marketing name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Essentially.
It all is. And in the end, I think, depending on the name retro, whatever you want to call it, it's something that means a lot to you. The one thing that kind of got me into gaming is the fact that it's storytelling, and I always like any game that I can pick up. I can sit there and tell you a story about how I got this game, how I played this game, and the experiences I've had with it. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I think we all kind of share that. We have our stories, our experiences, and our passions for something that we love, and it's kind of a difference in a sense from the way that when someone in a suit in a room who wants to market something sits there and goes, I want this demographic to get it, rather than, what's the story behind it? What do they do? What do they like about it? So I think that's what kind of makes us different. We take it more personally.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with what everybody else has said there. Retro is its own individual style now. When people out there know retro as this thing that you put inside a box, in reality, everything is retro, everything that's gone before. But it is mostly for a marketing and commercial perspective. It's a catchword, it's a buzzword, and a very good one at that. And I believe Mr. Michael Burhan is out in the audience. Hello.
Three weeks ago.
Turn the mic on.
Like in general, like after like the new movies that are coming out, what's it like Pixels and all the new type of documentaries? When do you think that bubble's gonna start getting a bit like smaller?
I think it's already started though, hasn't it? If you think about it, because now like the moment people started talking about Pixels, everyone was like, "Oh God, the movie with Adam Sandler." Yeah. I'm kind of excited because that's kind of for my generation of things. Anybody else?
To put
But yeah, like I know you're saying like with that, like with the Adam Sandler thing, but it's the reason most people are like, oh, be that is because Adam Sandler is literally making that movie just to appeal to a market he knows is big enough to make money, and that is why I'm like, oh, just saying.
Is it? Go on,
Adam
Scott.
Sandler's the gooch of the movie world, but I'm just saying that. Anyway, I agree with you there, Al, about people using the label retro constantly. It gets on my nerves too because I don't consider myself a retro gamer anymore. At first, it's like, yeah, I'm going to collect all this, 16-bit shit, and now it's all like, well, I'm just a gamer now, but now I have eclectic stuff to play. It's not just the usual shit that comes out on the current gen system at the time. I can go back and check out stuff that I've either never seen before or stuff that I've treaded ground on tons of times. Like myself, I've now started to really look at like FMV stuff, and I've never really touched it as a kid, but I watch like Sega CD Universe and stuff like that, and I think, I could check all this sort of stuff out. And yes, there's some really questionable content when it comes to FMV games, but they're just fun to experience because the combination of cheesy movies and pretty bad gameplay makes some games really weird and enticing. Like one of my favorite games is Night Trap, and if you watch that on its own, it's probably one of the worst B movies you ever seen in your life, but it just makes an interesting experience. The story around it is more interesting than the game half the time, because for that game, for instance, it changed the whole architecture of what an adult game should be, because back then it was still like, oh, games are for kids, adults don't play games, and now look at us, we're all like mid-30s to late 40s man-childs, and we're still playing games to this day, so, yeah, but that's what intrigues me, is like that adult side of gaming, is that sort of dark underbelly that you don't really see if you just look at Nintendos and shit like that, and I love that sort of shit. It's fun for me, and I'd rather do a video of Yack You Can Special, which is like a nudie rock paper scissors game, than rather do exactly. I'd rather do that than a fucking Sonic game any day, because you've seen Sonic a million times. Yeah, how many times are you gonna get entertained by a friggin' spin dash?
You've got to respond to this.
Right, being a massive Sonic fan, I actually do agree that they are slaughtering the franchise to death now. But I'm more about the early Sonic games anyway. There are some great Sonic 3D games out there. Sonic Adventure is just an amazing game. Aiden's going to agree on this. Sonic Colors with the Wisps is great. Generations is just an amazing. Yeah, the voice acting on that was pretty cringy, but yeah. But
and
there are quite a few 3D games out there, but I'm all about the older ones.
I've heard Rise of Lyric is really good.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's all right actually. But I do, to be fair though, I do agree that like one day you're going to be like, when is this going to finally like? They just keep churning out the same old stuff. For me, like if he died tomorrow as a franchise, that wouldn't affect me. I'll be fine because I've still got all the games that I love and I can play them over and over and over again, and that's fine. So actually, I do to an extent agree with you. Yeah.
But don't you think a franchise like that is dead anyway? Because the last few games that they brought out for Sonic have been frozen turds. Yeah, frozen turds. Yeah, that's why I like it. You ever try a shower frozen turd? Well, that's how it feels like playing a bloody Sonic game in the last like 5 years. Don't know where I got that fucking. Can't remember. One of you. Yeah, I'm stitching it together really badly right here. But yeah, I don't know when it's gonna burst. I do have concerns that, especially when you're trying to collect games, especially online, that American prices are now poisoning our prices. Because there's some games, all right, of course, we had exclusive in the UK and Europe, and they're going to be more expensive anyway. But then we have, like say for the Sega Saturn, Japanese games are, you know, a pound a go because there's thousands of the games. While on the Sega Saturn here, there's only about 240. So there is a markup to pay. But, you know, where does the line end? You know, we're getting to the point now where having games that go for thousands of pounds, thousands of dollars, and it's like, well, I don't get that sort of collector where they just go absolutely crazy and spend like money that you could buy a bloody house or a car on frigging games. You know, I'd rather go for the cheap FMV crap that no one wants and play that instead.
Okay, we've got. Just want to throw another question out here. You had your hand up before. What's your name?
Dave Webster.
Dave, give us a question.
Okay. If you could eradicate one console from history, what would it be and why? Bit controversial.
Dave has a question. Let's do it.
The Wii U, come at me, bro.
Oh!
No, I don't think I would want to erase any of them because every time we have a console, and if it fails, if it's a success, there's always an evolutionary process. Say like the CDI. The CDI did music, movies, and games. Yeah, exactly. We love the CDI, of course, because, you know, we like it. But back then, VCDs, especially in Europe, non-existent. It was either Laserdiscs, but that was even lesser known, or VHS. So the ideas of the CDI being a video, audio, and game player, well, look at our systems now. You know, look at the Xbox One, look at the PS4. It can do all that. So without consoles earlier taking risks and failing, of course, we wouldn't have what we have now. So I don't think I would ever want to eradicate a console from history, but there are some consoles that will be forgotten in the ether of time, you know, and you know, people will keep them alive. There's always going to be, you know, YouTubers or collectors, or people will keep those consoles alive if they're good or not.
Aidan?
Without being incredibly philosophical, like snob, like, oh yes, the evolution of consoles and all this, I would say I would say get rid of the PlayStation 2 because the Dreamcast was amazing and it would have succeeded. Oh, it was only because it didn't have DVD and all that it really failed. So, yeah, Sega would still be here.
Disagree with that. FIFA collection. The console I would like to eradicate from history is the Nintendo 64.
Oh! Those are fighting words.
Whoa. I don't think it'd be missed.
Do you like your blurry texture?
You look at all the games and it's like, all right, Mario possibly, GoldenEye possibly.
Yeah, but without GoldenEye, there'll be no first-person shooters on consoles.
Another console could handle that. Another console can handle that.
You know what? I'll give you a rebuttal for that one. The 32X, that wasn't needed.
Fight. Yeah, hold on. No, you're right.
Snob, keep it brief, please.
You take that back.
No. I'll wrestle you in pudding. I'm sorry.
With Sega, back then, they really didn't know what the fuck they were doing because they released that 32X, and then what they do, under 6 months later, they're releasing the Saturn because one part of the company saying we want to move on, Saturn, while Europe and America are like, no, we want to carry on with the Mega Drive because it's still successful. So that's why they bought the 32X. And yes, let's be honest with you, the 32X, quality-wise, not that great. There's still some games that are worth getting.
Name me one 32X game that was a console exclusive.
Star Wars. Yeah, Star Wars arcade game. See?
How many games are on it?
34, I think.
Does that include the 32X CD games?
No. They don't count. Well, there's only like fucking Corpse Killer on there.
That's the problem, though. It's not. It didn't have a long life. It basically was a system that was, if it was taken out of this existence. Like in film terms, it was a MacGuffin, because you could put anything else in its place and it still would have done the same job. It's not needed. So why should it have even existed?
Well, it shouldn't have existed because if the Japanese Sega guys had their own way, it wouldn't have existed. They were going for the Saturn hardcore. Problem is then they released it 6 months before any of the games are ready, so they fucked themselves in the mouth that time once again.
As you do.
Yeah. So like I said, I like Sega, but I'm not a fucking fanboy. I know what they've done. They've done a lot of bad things in their time.
They touch people in naughty places.
They can't fucking do a console to save their lives. But anyway, the 32X, no, I don't think it's eradicated. But yeah, it's not exactly worth collecting for.
Thank you for that, Snob. Any more answers to that question? Oh, Nova.
You could extend that if the 32X or the Saturn were removed from history, there was a possibility that Sega would still be in the business, because they would still have finances to keep going and maybe back the Dreamcast and developed it even more. So it's a bit beneficial to gaming if you said, I know you're a fan of the Saturn, people out there like Aiden and Scott, and Shocks. But if you removed it, maybe Sega would still be around now and be a fourth player. But as for a console to completely remove that no one would give a shit about, LJN video art. There you go.
Yeah, but that's not exactly a console. It's a fucking plug-and-play, is it?
No, it's got cartridges. It's technically a console. Total shite console, but there you go.
Should we go for one more question?
Well, before that, LGN, quite the angry video game nerd. What a shit.
Okay, guys, one more question. What about yourself, my friend? Give him a question.
Just make something up.
Go on. Ask a question.
What are you most looking forward to playing today on the arcades?
There you go.
Anybody?
Street Fighter. 3 times, apparently, at least.
4, because I'm going to join that queue.
4. Yeah. Easy, whatever. 4 Street Fighters.
Probably Star Wars. There's quite a few Star Wars cabs out there, so I quite fancy doing those. Huh?
I can't choose one. Daytona, Outrun, Afterburner, Star Wars, all of them, whatever. Honestly, there's so many awesome stuff here, so yeah.
Donkey Kong.
Thank you, Sean. For me, anything on the Amstrad CPC. Thank you very much. There we go. Come back to normality. And indeed, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, our time has run out. So let's just check the comments. Oh yes, we're not on Retro Unlim Live, are we? Sorry. And anyway, I don't check the comments anyway, so never mind. Technical difficulties, yes, Snub. Well, unfortunately, that is it. So, Mr. Burhan, my co-host tonight, or today, do you have anything to say in closing?
Yes, stay tuned to retrounlim.com, of course, as we'll be debuting the new site soon. And also stay tuned to everybody's YouTube channels as well. These guys work really hard, so watch their content.
Excellent. Does everybody want to say goodbye? Aiden.
Goodbye. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, Gashead Steve, on YouTube.com. Gashead66.
Also known as the Toilet Man.
Evidently the Toilet Man.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening and watching, guys. Cheers.
I'd like to say one thing. I am now retiring from Retro Unlim. I think we've all embarrassed ourselves today, and yeah, I think I'm going to retire. I'm actually going to join RetroWare, so... well, you know, I think they need the content. You know, there's about 5 of them have left already. Suck it, nerds. Anyway, thank you for watching, and yeah, awesome.
We need to give you a cheap gold watch for a retirement present. I hope you all enjoyed us rabbiting. Probably not, but there we go. That's what we do, the best. I hope you enjoyed the event as well. Nova Bug out.
Yeah, thanks for subscribing to my channel, for all the support. Enjoy the rest of the event, and stay tuned for more Sunday Stroll. Boom.
Boom! Thank you very much, everybody who's come down here, all the 10 people, I think, who've come to watch us, thank you very much. And all that remains for me to say is, sayonara!